Good Thursday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to take the next 15 minutes and dive into your forecast and provide you detail and forecast across our area. Clear skies. This has been a beautiful day across the area as a drier air mass has filtered on in to Southeast Texas. And of course, with that dry air, it's hard to make clouds. And as you can see, downtown Beaumont, clear skies. This view courtesy of Patrick Vaughn. Currently 86, the humidity down as we've seen a northeasterly wind advect or transport that drier air mass into our area. It's part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. Not a lot of change in our forecast thinking. We expect cool mornings and sunny, dry afternoons with low humidity straight on through the weekend and into early next week. This is going to be a real treat for you to get outside this weekend and enjoy the weather without having to endure the sauna that we normally enjoy here. Otherwise, the bad news on the flip side of this is that we will continue to see dry weather through the next 7 days. Some modeling showing some rain next Friday, but we're not going to bite into that as we think the disturbance will stay generally south in the Bay of Campeche and slide on into Mexico and maybe South Texas. Wish we could get it, but it does look like it is going to be dry pretty much for the next 7 days. So you're looking at the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. We got light green right here on the scale. We'll put this into motion and look how the brown moves in. Look how the scale moves towards lower moisture. So a much drier air mass filtering on in tomorrow afternoon across Southeast Texas. So no rain tomorrow, lots of sun, cool morning, and maybe a little cooler afternoon with again, lower humidity. And that's not good for the fire threat across Southeast Texas. Now, this fire threat is not so much for the cities, I guess maybe some of the overpasses, the grasses and things like that, but it's mainly wildfires, outlying areas. If something sparks, it could spread pretty quickly. And it just also means that the conditions are very conducive to producing fires that should one start as far as being able to spread because of the very dry fuels and also because of the low humidity we're expecting tomorrow. As I said, this drought will continue to intensify, and it has done so. Every week we get a new drought monitor, and this graphic shows now level 2. We have gone from abnormally dry over Southeast Texas to spots seeing drought level 2. So that's southern Tyler and most of Hardin County now under a moderate drought. So I would not be surprised if additional counties start issuing burn bans. Tomorrow, because of the dry fuels, the grasses, the brush, that's dry fuel. We haven't seen a lot of rain lately. Low humidity that we're expecting tomorrow could be around 25 to 30% tomorrow afternoon, so that low humidity and light winds will make it a little more easy to produce fires. So again, the only thing that we have right now is Tyler County is officially under a burn ban, but I wouldn't be surprised some of these additional counties elect to issue burn bans across portions of Southeast Texas. Tomorrow, northeast winds are expected. It could be up to around 15 miles an hour. So the low humidity, sunny skies, and northeasterly winds with a dry air mass and dry fuels, all leading to why we're going to see a high fire danger in outlying areas coming up for tomorrow. The other thing is that we do not expect any rain and are not forecasting any rain through the next 7 days because of the very dry atmosphere that will be in place over our area, coupled with building high pressure as we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So morning lows, not bad. You may be able to turn off the AC for a change. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, low 60s, at least this is in the triangle. You can take off another 4-5 degrees up in the lakes area. So you get mid to upper 50s there. Now we'll start to see a moderation in temperatures coming up Wednesday and Thursday back into the mid 60s, at least here in the triangle. Normally, for Friday morning, the normal low is 63. So we'll be a little bit below or closer to normal as we head towards Sunday. The normal low is 61 as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday morning. So we'll be about 5 degrees above normal. As far as afternoon high temperatures, well, let me go back here. Afternoon high temperatures will be in the mid 80s this weekend, and that means that that's about normal. Highs will then build into the lower 90s Tuesday and Wednesday. No rain expected the next 7 days across southeast Texas. So tomorrow, here's my forecast. I'm forecasting 87 in the Triangle, no rain, and northeast wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour, again with low humidity and sunny skies. Modeling shows about 88 and a low of 63 with lots of sun and no rain, so we agree there. And then for the lakes area, I'm forecasting 85 for a high tomorrow. No rain, low humidity, sunny skies, and a northeast wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Modeling shows it's not cool enough for the lakes area in the morning. I think you're going to go into the 50, anywhere between 50, say Burkeville could be around 55. Jasper will go with about 58, so it's not cool there. And pretty good for a high tomorrow. Expecting lots of sun, low humidity. Should be a great day to go to school or whatever you have planned. So, as I said, the atmosphere is too dry. Well, here at the ground layer where you and I live, there may be a little bit of moisture. It's still going to feel pretty nice compared to what we've seen all summer long. High up in the atmosphere, just above our heads, too dry to support clouds or certainly not rain through the next 7 days. So over Thursday, Friday of next week, we may see a little more moisture trying to work in off the Gulf. So right now on the Pro Roofing Concepts satellite and radar loop, there's not much to show you. It's a quiet forecast as expected with that front pushing out into the Gulf. Northeast winds, clear skies tonight. It's going to be a cool night. Again, some of you may be able to flip off the AC for a change. Look at the humidity levels. They will be much lower coming up tomorrow as that dry air mass, which is currently up in Arkansas, slips in from the northeast because of those northeasterly winds. Right now, humidity levels not bad for this time of day. And across the state, again, the front has pushed out into the Gulf. Pretty quiet, as you can see. And again, with clear skies, light northeasterly winds, a dry atmosphere, it's going to be a nice, cool night across East Texas. Otherwise, I'm going to show you that moisture once again because I want you to see what's coming as we take a broader view. So the moisture way up the scale just offshore this morning. See how high it is up the scale? The greens and yellows. Northeast winds are pushing, associated with that front, pushing the moisture out into the Gulf. Look at the dry air up into Arkansas, western Tennessee, and Mississippi. That's going to be moving our way as we head towards tomorrow afternoon. So it's going to feel pretty nice as far as humidity levels, getting a real break finally from the clutches of the Gulf. Otherwise, high pressure is currently over West Texas. That's why we saw a high of 90 today and no rain. Northerly flow helped push the trough through, which dragged the front through. Again, we're at 18,000 feet, not on the ground. Again, surface fronts like cold fronts, warm fronts are directed by these upper level patterns. So this trough of low pressure, this what we call shortwave, helped push the front through. So that high will begin to break down as we work on into, say, the weekend. And this trough will wind up off the southeast coastline. So look at the northerly flow. That is something else. The high still over Mexico. And boy, this is just great. Otherwise, the high will rebuild and strengthen as we head towards Tuesday. That's back up to 90 degrees. And again, that disturbance heading south of our area. Otherwise, in the tropics very quickly, Jerry is not an issue, heading out to sea. And again, looking at mostly clear skies tonight. A cool night, close to the mid to upper 50s lakes, close to the lower 60s for tomorrow, and lots of sun, highs in the mid 80s. Our forecast tonight, as I said, clear skies, mid to upper 50s lakes, and into the lower 60s in the Triangle. And again, northeasterly winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour are expected. Now, as we head towards tomorrow, we are expecting lots of sun across southeast Texas and looking at those highs into the mid 80s across the area. A light northeasterly wind, low humidity, lots of sun. It should be a fabulous forecast for tomorrow to end the week. Now, as far as Friday night football, you couldn't ask for better weather. Look at that. Kickoff should be into the mid to upper 70s with lots of sun, low humidity, light northeasterly winds. And then by halftime, we're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 70s and light northeasterly winds. And then by the end of the game, could be around the upper 60s to around 70 with clear skies and winds going calm across southeast Texas. So taking a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast. First off, we're going to take a look at the air comfort forecast. Well, what does that mean? Well, we use dew points. You've probably seen that before. And relative humidity is derived from dew points. If you're familiar with a sling psychrometer, you have a dry bulb and a wet bulb. The wet bulb is the dew point. The dry bulb is the temperature. And we're able to calculate relative humidity. Relative humidity is relative to the dew point and temperature. It's dependent upon the temperature and also the dew point. So when you get dew points into the mid-50s, feeling pretty good. That's what we're going to see coming up this weekend and really through much of next week. It starts coming back up. Those dew points start increasing as we head towards Thursday, so moisture will be on the increase. But living here all my life, when you get dew points at the lower 60s, it's a joy. We always look forward to that this time of year. So taking a look at your forecast, and again, these lows in the lower 60s, maybe 60 Saturday morning here, even in Beaumont. These are the temperatures in Beaumont. It's probably going to be in the mid-50s in the lakes area. So it's not drag out the heater or turn on the fireplace, but it is certainly welcome news, just delightful weather. If you've got a soccer game coming up this weekend or just going to be outside, it's going to be feeling a lot better with highs only in the mid-80s. It's still warm. It's not the strongest front in the world, but hey, it certainly beats what we had to deal with in July, August, and September, right? Lots of sun. Now, we may get a little high cloudiness. I still think it'll be mostly sunny coming up Saturday, Sunday, into Monday. What's happening is that there's going to be a hurricane in the Pacific, and that goes through the desert southwest and heads north up through the central plains. And some of that moisture may give us some mostly sunny skies, but it's really not much of an issue here. Now, the high will rebuild over the area I showed you. Remember that high? It's going to rebuild over our area as we work on into Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's going to start kicking up afternoon high temperatures around the lower 90s, but again with no rain because the atmosphere is too dry to support rain. Now Thursday into Friday is a little bit of a, not a question mark, but we'll watch as we start to see more moisture moving on in. There's going to be a disturbance that I showed you off the southeast coast. It's going to come back around that high that's over us and on into South Texas. So the question is, does it move into South Texas and in our area? Does it stay south in the Bay of Campeche too far to bring us any rainfall? It's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So right now, we're not going to go with any rain as we head towards next Friday. Otherwise, that's a look at your next 7 days. If you're just joining us, just a delightful forecast over the next, 3 to 4 days with low humidity, cool mornings, and pleasantly warm afternoons, and even drier air mass filters on into the area coming up tomorrow. And again, with the dry air, there's going to be in a moderate drought in some spots. There is a high wildfire danger for tomorrow because of the dropping humidity. It's going to be very low, 25 to 30% in the afternoon. Let's see, burn bans are in effect only for Tyler County. Northeast winds, dry air mass, and lots of sun. That's what's all leading to the potential for some wildfires across the area. If they do get started, they could spread. Otherwise, no rain expected the next 7 days. Cool mornings are expected, especially through about Monday, and we're not going with any rainfall for the next 7 days. Otherwise, let's skip ahead as I'm running out of time. You can see that just not enough moisture in the atmosphere to support rain, and we don't really expect rain over the next 7 days until maybe as we head towards late next week. But again, a much drier air mass is filtering on in. Look at how all that moisture being pushed out into the Gulf at the present time. So again, that's the